the point we've been waiting for to see what they do with Shedeur Sanders, whether they trade him, whether they cut him. So everybody has to be a contributor, whether it's on special teams, whether it's an offensive, defensive. You may be the sixth receiver and you're the punt returner, kick returner. Like, you have to have a role that you play and impact. Fourth string quarterback.
Breaking news, and trust me, this twist sounds like something out of a late night drama. Word is the Browns front office is knee-deep in trouble for secretly laying out a whole plan to push Shedeur out in 2026, and they really thought nobody would catch on. Fans are freaking out, insiders are whispering like the walls got ears, and somebody in that building was literally searching how to delete emails permanently at 3 a.m.
I'm changing my take on Cleveland. Maybe Shedeur should stay in Cleveland. Now, y'all know me. I've been one of the biggest people on these microphones telling y'all he need to get the hell out of Cleveland. I ain't rocking with him. Now, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be more positive. Maybe Shedeur being in Cleveland is a good thing. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise.
Like they're hiding treasure in the basement. The Cleveland Browns must have decided peace is overrated because they keep dodging good decisions like it's a sport of its own. One weekend of hope, one win that finally wakes the city up. One moment where things actually look bright. And the front office instantly looks around the room like they're brainstorming new ways to trip over their own success. That's classic Cleveland chaos. Almost like they're spiritually allergic to progress. You get a rookie who steps onto the field, fires off a 53-yard rocket like he's announcing himself to the whole planet, and the Browns respond by checking Zillow for quarterback's vibes instead of celebrating. No great job, no handshake, no balloons, just scouts scribbling notes and a coffee ring on a folder like a symbol of another broken promise. Shedeur puts up 209 yards and a touchdown, should have been 3 if physics didn't betray him, and becomes the first rookie since 1995 to actually walk away with a win. And the front office hits him with a cute energy like they're bored at a talent show. And right when the stadium is roaring, fans going wild, history literally being rewritten in real time, someone in the building leans in and whispers, "But what if we drafted another quarterback just in case?" Just in case what? Just in case winning feels too unfamiliar or success hits a nerve. This whole situation feels like watching someone win the lottery and immediately ask, "But what if I return the ticket, just in case?"
Shedeur Sanders can make all of it irrelevant. All of it, including where he was drafted, including being drafted in the 5th round. I get it, he won't get the contract, but he can erase all of this with a great performance in this game. And I get it, people are saying, that's a lot to ask. Well, hold up. I mean, this is what the NFL is about.
Just in case continuity suddenly feels like too much responsibility or confidence starts spreading around like a good habit, the Browns front office jumps straight into panic mode. These folks don't evaluate talent. They run the fastest self-sabotage show in the league like it's a skill they're proud of. Cleveland acts like its whole purpose is to keep the world entertained. Endless debates, sports shows screaming into microphones, and fans so hyped they get his name inked on their arms. And the Browns still wake up ready to replace the one quarterback who finally looks legit. They're talking about drafting a quarterback in 2026 if one is available. And that line alone sent the whole fan base into detective mode. Quarterbacks are always available. You could draft one every year and build a skyscraper made of shattered dreams. Cleveland hears franchise quarterback and reacts like someone holding a winning lottery ticket who tries to cash it in at a corner store car wash instead of a bank. Next thing you know, insiders are claiming Shedeur needs to prove he has the it factor, like this man didn't step into the NFL, hit the switch, and walk out with a win. What do they think it looks like? He literally showed up, stayed composed, and delivered. If this isn't it, then what is? If a rookie shines, you're supposed to build around him, not treat him like a loose light bulb that needs to be replaced.
It get dangerous.
Buddy, I don't know that that's happening. Ever. Shedeur clearly does, and good for him for believing it. Some of Shedeur's comments butted up against delusion. The only way you're getting all the offseason reps, all the practice reps, is if you are the unequivocal QB1 for a team. Unless he just absolutely balls.
Meanwhile, every fan is trying to untangle the same impossible puzzle. How do you become the first rookie since 1995 to win your debut and still get treated like a substitute teacher covering homeroom? This man walked into a franchise known for quarterback heartbreak and basically told them, "Relax, I got this." Fans really tried to stay cool. They tried trust, patience, all that grown-up stuff. But the second that insider leak dropped, everybody turned into a mathematician trying to understand how a franchise could be this allergic to growth. It's like the front office watched Groundhog Day and decided the film was a step-by-step business plan. Most franchises chase rings. Cleveland, they chase turbulence like it's a hobby. While everyone else is piloting steady flights, Cleveland is up in the cockpit flipping switches like they're hoping to win a carnival jackpot. They keep saying, it's only 6 or 7 starts, we still don't know what we have. But here's the truth, you already know exactly what you have. Electricity, momentum, young talent, everything a franchise claims it wants, and somehow, it still isn't enough for Cleveland to chill and commit for just one more season. Shadow is bringing real heat, real headlines, real spark, and the front office acts like they're allergic to good energy. This team already carries one of the worst luck streaks in sports history, and instead of protecting their one bright spot, they're treating him like a temporary rental. It's like telling someone to build a skyscraper in the middle of a cornfield using pocket change, then grading them on efficiency. Imagine next year, the new rookie walks in, hasn't even buckled his chin strap yet, and the front office is handing him a starter jacket like it's already his spot. Shadow looks over like, I just got us a win, and they hit him with,
and then make the trade. The Baltimore Ravens already want Shedeur. By the end of the trade deadline, they might trade for Shedeur knowing, hey, we're not going to play Lamar Jackson the rest of the season. We're eliminated from the playoffs. Cooper Rush, he's not our future. Snoop Huntley's been here for 4 years, and he's cool, but we know his ceiling. And more than anything, the Ravens know how to manage a personality like Shedeur. They're not scared of those personalities.
Yeah.
They got Lamar Jackson. They had Ray Lewis. They had Terrell Suggs. They had Ed Reed. Like, the Ravens aren't intimidated.
yes, but his college highlight reel has dramatic lighting. That's wild. Draft type is not a strategy. College stats don't tell you who's built for the league. But Cleveland treats draft season like Christmas morning and the actual season like jury duty. And the wildest part? The 2026 quarterback class isn't even that strong. Analysts said it, fans said it. Nobody's calling it generational. Nobody's telling you to gamble your whole future on a maybe. But Cleveland hears average class and reacts like they're fighting for the last bottle of water in the desert. This franchise can't help itself. They see a solution, panic, and immediately build a whole new problem before the last one even stops smoking. If the Browns draft another quarterback, the controversy will explode before preseason even kicks off. And when things get messy, and they always get messy, the same fans who defended the idea today will be outside the stadium with signs asking why the front office ruined the future again, probably for the 5th time in alphabetical order. Meanwhile, Shadow is sitting there doing everything they asked, studying film, winning games, showing leadership, handling pressure, building chemistry, bringing hope, and Cleveland hands him a homework assignment written in invisible ink.
Skills, critical thinking methods, and I came up with Shedeur could build his own legacy in Cleveland. He's right where he's supposed to be. At least that was my take this morning until I heard what the hell just came out of Cleveland news. Now, we all seen what went down this weekend. My dog went back there, 53 yards.
The Browns want Shadow to be undeniable every second of every quarter. Like perfect football is supposed to drop out of the sky on command. And the moment he makes one mistake, they panic and start eyeing another quarterback like it's muscle memory. The wild part is this. If Shadow really becomes elite, he won't be celebrated. He'll get scouted by other teams faster than Cleveland can print a depth chart. Loyalty has two sides, and no quarterback is going to lock in his future with a franchise that treats him like a short-term rental they can swap out anytime they feel jittery. If Cleveland truly wants stability, they actually have to choose stability. You can't talk legacy while typing up exit plans. You don't build a franchise by speed dating quarterbacks like it's a reality show. You don't build chemistry with a locker room that feels one snap away from disappearing. At this point, fans aren't watching to see if Shadow thrives. They're watching to see if the front office melts down on live television. Other teams don't need to mess with Cleveland. Cleveland is out here coaching its own collapse. Every NFL franchise has its identity.
But there's one thing that is undeniable. You cannot come away from this game and say, I was not entertained.
Yeah.
I was entertained. I was engaged. I was interested. And I think from week to week, what I always said from Dylan Gabriel, and I say it about Shedeur Sanders, I want to see your progression. It was a tough start last week. Is it perfect this week? No. But the progression, the poise.
The Chiefs chase championships, the Patriots chase legacy, the Lions chase redemption, and the Browns chase quarterbacks like they're hunting Bigfoot in the woods with a flashlight. And if Cleveland doesn't stop tripping over themselves, someone else will scoop up Shadow and treat him like an actual priority instead of an optional accessory. If the Browns want to keep him, they must stop acting like his success is a trap door that could open under their feet at any moment. Players don't leave cities. cities. They leave uncertainty. They leave instability. They leave chaos dressed up like strategy. And Cleveland has mastered that art way too well. If the Browns want to repeat the same mistake they've been making for decades, the blueprint is already laminated. Just draft another quarterback. Just ignore the guy who actually won games. Just hit the reset button every time the future finally walks in the room. But here's the cold truth. If they do draft another quarterback in 2026, nobody will be shocked. Nobody will gasp. Nobody will clutch their pearls. The commentators will just nod like, yep, that's Cleveland.
For Shedeur Sanders, think about the timeline of events that have taken place. The guy who is in charge of analytics, the guy who is in charge of saying who he thinks is the best quarterback that you should get taken, is no longer in the building. So all those people who value supercomputer-like data and quick processing, and my goodness, he's so accurate, processing, getting in and out of the huddle. Those people that said that nonsensical crap about getting in and out of the huddle.
Like detectives who solved the mystery 12 seasons ago, the commentators will shrug and say, ah yes, the annual quarterback reset, right on schedule. And they'll act relieved, like they were genuinely worried Cleveland might suddenly become stable for once. Then the season kicks in, and every sports talk show turns into a full-blown soap opera with bright studio lights and dramatic theme music. Every throw from Shadow gets slowed down, zoomed in, and analyzed like it's some lost prophecy from ancient times. If the ball wobbles 1 degree off center, someone jumps on camera asking if the rookie should take over. Shadow throws a touchdown, and someone else wonders out loud if the rookie would have thrown it faster. Like that's even a real category. Shadow ties his shoes wrong, and suddenly a panel of former linebackers debates if that means he lacks poise in the pocket. It gets wild fast. Meanwhile, the rookie won't have to lift a finger. He could be sitting on the sideline peacefully eating sunflower seeds, and the crowd will gasp like he just discovered teleportation.
It's ridiculous that he didn't say at least that much, even though we know he eventually will, because as I was watching T.O. this morning, he said it accurately. There's no way that you could get away with not starting Shedeur Sanders. Cleveland will have, they'll have mutiny in that city.
Cameras will zoom in tight on his face, fans will start whispering theories, and halftime will roll out a slow-motion montage with dramatic orchestra music like he's the chosen one rising from the shadows. And Shadow, he'll be forced to answer for stuff the rookie didn't even do. Not because he's lacking talent, but because Cleveland is hooked on quarterback drama like pigeons chasing breadcrumbs in the park. People say, we love him. We wanted him here forever. Did you really love him? Did you love him while secretly designing his replacement in your head like he was an imaginary character? Did you love him while scrolling through 2026 quarterback scouting reports at 1 a.m.? Did you love him while whispering draft prospects in your sleep like a lullaby? Players aren't clueless.
Little league football, playing football in Dallas. The throw that really stands out for me is it was a zero blitz and he ball Tom to the right and he just threw it up to Bond. Shout out, man, Isaiah Bond, man, and shout out Shedeur Sanders, man. Like, it's definitely inspiring to see those guys do some of the stuff that they did. Like, after the game, you know, Shedeur, he gonna pop it a little bit. Like, when I saw it, I'm like, no, this gotta be AI. Like, no, he ain't talking like this. I was like, no, man. Like, I had to look and see. Like, I was looking to see if the jersey was right on there.
They can feel it the second a building starts planning a future that doesn't include them. They can sense when commitment comes with fine print, and they know when loyalty is treated like a coupon that expires on Sunday night. No quarterback can play loose and confident while wondering if the marketing team already printed posters with somebody else's face on them, and that's exactly why this whole situation feels so ridiculous. The Browns don't need a miracle. They already got one. All they have to do is recognize it. Instead, they're acting like someone who finally lands a stable job and immediately starts scrolling through fresh job listings like they're scared of success. And the fans, they never get a moment to breathe. They're the ones stuck with emotional whiplash every week.
Shedeur Sanders is beloved.
Absolutely.
But he's polarizing. Exhilarating.
That's the word.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Powerful? Shedeur Sanders is not making decisions that dictate democracy. Shedeur Sanders is making play calls on first and second down. Shedeur Sanders is...
One game, they're celebrating the future like hope finally showed up. The next week, they're bracing for some new disaster the front office cooked up at 2 a.m. Meanwhile, other teams would sprint, literally sprint, to give Shadow what Cleveland refuses to commit to: stability, respect, security, and a future that isn't written in disappearing ink. And what makes it even crazier is how easy the solution is. Patience, just patience. Just give the quarterback who actually won games more than a small handful of starts before drafting his replacement, like it's some reflex you can't control. Let him grow, let him lead, let him breathe. That's real football. That's what normal franchises do. Preemptively sabotaging him isn't strategy.
and more linemen. And then you know what you got in 2026? Dylan Gabriel, the guy you drafted that you saw could be a good backup, is there. Shedeur Sanders, the person you think has some upside, you give him an offseason, you give him a playbook, you let him throw to his receivers, you let him develop a rapport.
It's fear wearing a suit and tie. The NFL is not complicated. Stability wins. Consistency wins. Teams that trust their quarterback turn into teams that other quarterbacks actually want to join. And teams that panic, they turn into revolving doors with a new nameplate every season. Cleveland has a rare chance to slam the brakes and finally break this loop, because sooner or later a franchise has to decide what it really wants. Headlines or legacy, anxiety or progress, chaos or actual winning. This moment is the crossroads, and if they fumble it again, the fallout is going to be loud. When Shadow walks away, when another quarterback shows up, when this whole cycle resets for the 20th time, the league won't be laughing with Cleveland. It'll be laughing at them. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you on the next one.